Welcome along, everybody. It's time for a new season of Super League. This is Jimmy Fantastic's invitation competition. 12 teams, 12 coaches, NAF style resurrection format tournament. He always invites some really, really great coaches along, so it was a lot of fun to be involved for the first time last season. Was a bit of a tough season. Did finally get a win in the final round against Strider, who is the current reigning Nacon World Champion. So that was a very nice to end on a win in our last season. We've been drawn in a different group this time. The groups don't show here in the standings, but there are two separate groups. And our first opponent is Jimmy Fantastic himself, who has got orcs with just a tiny bit of guard. That is orcs with a guard troll, 4 big uns with guard, 2 blitzers with guard, and a thrower. Mr. Throw. I know Jimmy's a big fan of Mr. Throw. 3 rerolls and an apothecary. It's a lot of guard. The good news for us is we're playing Wood Elves and they don't have any tackle. Now, I will say, them not having tackle does not solve things for us. Orcs, just by being strong, having guard, getting in the way, will definitely make our life very difficult. But this is exactly the same Wood Elf roster I took to the previous Super League season. I'm sticking with it because this is the roster I'm taking to the European tournament in Athens, tabletop tournament, in about 2 weeks. 2 weeks tomorrow we fly out. So really for me, this competition is definitely one that I'm excited about, having that opportunity to practice my roster for European. I love doing these streams and playing Blood Bowl online, but for me, tabletop Blood Bowl is still the one, definitely. So super keen to get good practice in for the European, and excited for those games. I am ready to spin, so I might just drop that little ping over. Oh, Jimmy's in chat, spinning now. Perfect. They don't call me Jimmy Imaginative with the 7 guard. That is a lot of guard. I think that the whole conversation around tackle is really interesting. Obviously, on my Wood Elf team, I also haven't taken tackle. And my feeling on tackle in this NAF style tournament is the problem is it can be very valuable in the right matchups. And we saw last season I had a division of, gosh, what was it? 3 Wood Elf teams and a Skaven team. But there are a whole bunch of matchups, including this one, where tackle would do nothing for me. Whereas having Frenzy at least forces your opponent to think about the pitch differently and to use the space differently. So that's why I don't take it on Wood Elves. On Orcs, I would guess you're just leaning into the maximum guard, because in the bash matchups, that's going to allow you to control the pitch so well. And in the matchups against teams like Elves, where you might say, oh, well, having some tackle would be nice, you can still use it really effectively, because you're just going to make it incredibly hard for me ever to attack your cage, to hit the ball, especially when you've got a sure hands ball carrier in the Mr. Throw. So I think, I know some people are very uncomfortable going without tackle, but I think I like Jimmy's build. I don't play orcs, I don't really know, but I don't know, I think just having lots of guard is good. I'd not seen this chat button. I guess this just does the Discord chat they installed at the end of last season. I should try that in a future game and see what happens, but I won't do it in this one. Hello Quincy, welcome in, and thank you for the follow. Evil Moose. We're being followed by an Evil Moose chat. Welcome. So I can't remember all the teams in my division for this, but I'm pretty certain I get to play Andy Davo later as well, if he's not completely taking a break from Blood Bowl, because I know he's taking a break from streaming. And I think I get to play Dimmy G as well, so it should be a really fun division. The only problem we've got here is because I made a fresh tea. It's too hot to drink. I need my tea before the game starts. So yeah, that was what my team looked like. I did skim over my team a little bit. I've got a frenzy war dancer, a strip ball war dancer, 2 wrestle linemen, 2 dodge linemen, and then just 3 catchers with no skills added. And for those of you who are watching this on YouTube, I'm coming off doing this, like I'm coming into this game like right after the start of the Goblin season and having just done a Goblin game. So my brain is a little bit all over the shop because I'm thinking in Goblin plays, which are very different from Wood Elf plays. We're going to try and refocus into the try-hard mindset instead of the we've got some weapons, throw some bombs mindset. Are they though? Are they really? They're completely different space because Wood Elves dodge on a 2+, not a 3+. Completely different. We've won the coin toss. Really torn on this. I'm really torn on this. And I'm torn on this for a few different reasons. One of which is I know Jimmy himself is a firm believer that you should always go offense first in 2020 rule set. Always. Which part of me makes me want to go off on offense first just so that he doesn't get to do it then, right? Like go on offense first to take away the fact that I know he would prefer to go on offense first. I generally like going defense first. I'm going to try offense first. Do you know what? Like this whole league, like I said, it's a nice place to practice for the year open. I'm going to go offense first and see how I enjoy it. You can always put tea in the freezer. Hyperbrain. I'm going to allow that because it's a joke. But on this stream, we don't have that sort of filth. Phil the Flash, thank you so much for the resub. 2 months is one of the weirdos. For anyone who's been watching for a while and thinking, hey, I quite like her content, I'm enjoying it, just to let you know, it is September. Cheaper month to get your subs in on Twitch. There you go. That's as close as I'll ever come to doing salesy stuff on this channel, I think. But yeah. This will be a really interesting challenge. I mean, I'm pretty much certain I'm going to want to Daka here. I also know that Jimmy is a big fan of Dakas, and therefore I'm fairly confident we'll have thought a lot about how to counter them. Like Jimmy is, when he plays elves, all about a Daka, so he definitely knows them well. But I think I want to do it, and see if we can Daka well. He hasn't got the killiest orc team, so like there's definitely an argument that you could not Daka here. Like you could definitely say, hey, it's not a super killy team. We have a lot of dodge. But you don't have to be playing against a killy team with elves to get killed anyway. So I'm going to stick to my guns here. Frenzy in the middle. Daka Daka. For anyone watching who is unfamiliar with that term. Exclamation mark Daka. Free reroll for Jimmy on the kickoff event. And a short kick. We do not love the short kick because that's going to make a scary pickup we've got to do early in the drive. And I'd really like to screen it better before picking up, but if we're committing to the Daka, then we shouldn't. Guess we could just bring that on you. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, okay, I think that's who's got to go to pick up, and we think we've got to do it first. Knew it. Okay, well at least it didn't snake. It's a very, very bad start for us to have spent a reroll already. But especially since Jimmy got a free one. However, at least we've got the ball now. We can commit to our retreat. Very unhappy about having to spend that reroll, because rerolls are really important late in the drive on a Dakar.
Thirsty Bob?
Always, Jump.
How about refreshing glass of blood wine?
Did Jimmy forget something here? Kind of looks like he has. We're going to try a surf here for sure. Does bring us out of our defensive Dakar posture. But 2 into 1 to surf a Bledsoe. I'm taking that all day.
Unity is strength.
That's a good choice for this.
Oh, he's going to get intimate with the fans.
Oops. Pretty nice start. Didn't die sadly, but still. It's a nice piece off the pitch.
Very nice moves.
Cover it up a little bit better. Does mean our Dakar has stopped being as much of a retreat as I would have liked it to be very quickly. But you're not going to catch me being sad about a surf on turn 1. Do you want this on a faster player?
All good.
Good.
Solid.
Straight in with the troll blitz. Rolls a 1 in 9. Do we wrestle here? We don't, because we can surf another player. This is quite a start. This was not how I expected this to go, or how I planned this drive to go. But this is something. I was planning to be dropping off much more than this. But if I could get a second orc off on turn 2, I will do that, please.
Oh dear. I hope that
Let's push.
quit in the middle.
Players can
Bye.
barely speak. Unwoke, right? You better.
Crowd annoyingly not finishing these orcs off for us. Is this a trap? Like, is Jimmy like successfully trapping me into like sending players forward when I don't want to? One. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Definitely like, could take that space, right? There ties up 3 players, but one of them only needs 1 more assist to hit me, so I think we don't go for that. Do we go there? Or here? Okay, yeah, don't know what just happened there, to be honest with you. Like, I think Jimmy forgot. I assume Jimmy forgot my frenzy on turn 1. Like, I have to assume that's why the frenzy was allowed to happen. The second one, like going for that troll blitz, I don't know if that was like, I mean, I guess he's just like trying to get the removal, right? Because you got the mighty blow, you want to hit armor 7, but it just seems really spicy to do that with the piece on the sideline still like at risk. I don't know. Super interesting. Definitely like forcing me like forward early on to, oh my god, that troll is trolling. This is like, I've played very little orcs, but I hate the troll. The little orcs I've played, I've always felt like the troll is just like SPP, a team value I've got to spend that doesn't do anything reliably when the team is otherwise just really good at being cheap and valuable. So this is obviously fantastic. We've now got a hit here on this orc. I'm going to make that a 3 dice. I'm going to keep the troll where it is. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So we've reduced the orc like number of active players all the way down to 7 here, which is great. I think we still get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I think we still go. Where do we go? Because we can come back into the middle. Blitz here. I don't hate that because we're not disconnecting our team. I think I like that actually. I think that's what I want to do. So you're going to move in like here. Or even here. That's fine. So you can be the blitz, that's not a problem. Move you afterwards, those are in the way. Oops, do not. Do not. Good. Oh wow, random arm break. Not mad about that. Another snake. Sadly not a knockdown, but could be worse. I don't know, part of me wonders if I should have taken the chance to just go behind there, but Disconnecting my team didn't feel like that was the smart either. This was not the cleverest, giving them bonus hits on the war dance there. That was not the cleverest by me, was it? 3 dice here? Yeah. Yeah, that was silly. Well done, Jim, for punishing it. Not killed though, that's good.
This is a big game, Bob. How do you feel about being in such an important match?
Indifferent, Jim.
Troll gets out.
Get there's more blood on the field. Yeah.
Makes dodge. This is going to be a bit tough. Maybe it was a mistake coming back to the middle. Definitely got a bit of a scary dodge on here now. As things stand, we could push ourselves out of trouble. The problem is the second hit will go into what? We'd have -2 on us. Orc would have +2 on it because we push into there. So it'd be a 1 dice second hit. So at the moment, not worth it. This is where all the guard comes in. Like, look how difficult all this guard makes this for us to get good hits. Super interesting. Super interesting. Maybe we've got a bit of a conundrum on here, I think. Definitely could make that a 2 dice. Bring in a few assists though. Costs a lot of players. I think we just got to do the dodge. I think it's one of those turns where you could work out a way to do it without the dodge, but actually you give up so much position doing it that it's not worth it. So if we're not doing that, then I want to come around this way.
There's only one word to say.
Just gonna wrestle it. That's very important. Really not great, this, any of it, is it? Go here. It's a 1 dice. Doesn't create any space for you anyway, though. So what I'd really like to do is get you out. Maybe we just have to do the 2. The 3+. I think we just have to do the 3-2 on you. If we're doing the 3-2, let's go for that, but it's there and widen the pitch again.
I've seen some predators, but their buddies out there were the best.
Good. Good. I think we just have to let that get hit, unfortunately. Probably shouldn't have taken that hit, actually. I did that a bit quickly, but actually if that's like a double skull, then it brings the troll back in when I don't need to. So yeah, probably shouldn't have taken that hit. The troll isolated on the tree is a good trade for us, and the troll is not strong enough to knock down the tree on its own, so probably I shouldn't have taken that hit. Like maybe later on if it's further away from the ball, but yeah. Oh yeah, thank you, J-Lab. I should have done that. I did not even see what the thing was, so you've already pinned it. Thank you, J-Lab. Hey, Grumpy Brian, how are you? Does get the power, 3 dice. This is the thing, like, this is where I say about, like, not needing tackle necessarily. Like, if you just jam guard in my way with strength 4 places, you're going to make me do a lot of dice rolls I don't want to make. Because strength 4 and strength 3 with guard against strength 3 and strength 2 is obviously, like, a tough trade for me. So, yeah. I definitely don't hate Jim's no tackle option even against elves. I think it's got lots going for it. It's a real shame the crowd didn't smash up one of those orcs for us, because 2 serfs is a real opportunity to thin out the orc team a bit for the second half, which hasn't happened, but who's left? So we've got 1 big urn, this blitzer, and the troll. Okay.
Surrounded by adversaries like
This one's free to move.
I hope he knows what he's doing.
So if we wanted to not do this dodge, fill that. Again, it's one of those things where, like, yeah, like you can work out a chain push here, right? But in the end, by the time you've done it, you've committed so much to it. I think you're better off just doing the dodge, even though it's a scary as hell dodge. Because if it fails, obviously it's a total disaster for us. I think we've got to be greedy and take the position. Ooh, that was a scary dodge. That was a scary dodge. But, like, that's what elves are for, right? Like, that's why you've got agility 2+, because sometimes you're going to want to use it. And this way we get to hit the Mr. Throw, which is obviously the most low armor piece on their team, which can have benefits. Pretty obvious benefits. Didn't happen that time, but no, we dodge this first because otherwise it gets served.
Nicely done. They've got the advantage, but there is no
Okay, wrestle's a good skill. Because I don't want to be on the sideline, I think we do these hard dodges. Well, not hard dodges, just extra dodges.
temerity really was
Hey, Evil Moose. That's lovely of you to say. Yeah, it was obviously last season we had last season I had commentary on all the Chalice games, on all the Super League games, which I really appreciated because it lets me just focus on playing my game and not thinking so much about chat and the fact that I'm streaming, which are all things that can be distractions as well, right? But this time, for the sake of scheduling, I thought it'd be easier just to do it as me casting, and then if anyone wants to drop in and join me, like Collie or Dizzy, on any given game, they can. But yeah, I did think, like, that's one of the nice thing about me doing it, I guess, is that you get to hear what I'm doing, why I'm doing things, rather than when there's commentators. When there's commentators, it's better for me because it means I can focus, and I think it's better for you too because you get Collie and Dizzy, who are amazing. But I guess you do, like, not get that bit of me explaining why I'm doing certain things, which I know some people find helpful. Yeah, Jimmy has from a rough position made this scary for me again. It's almost like he's quite good at this. Almost. Like there's more dice that I don't want to roll this turn. Like he's making me do the 1 in 36 every time, and this time it's several 1 in 36s, right? Like he's making me do all the dodges. Really. Maybe I should have pushed harder with some rushes last turn. I think it's just got to be the dodge. Like I don't see how it's not going to be the dodge. Only question is, do we have a blitz here as well? Stand that up. We can hit that way. It doesn't necessarily change anything, but it might change something. We can't get the push direction I want because I don't want to do a rush. So this either knocks down or it doesn't. It does knock down, which is nice. Is she there? I think I have to stay because I'm helping that catcher dodge out. So at least that means we can move this one up. Now we've just really got to make 2 dodges. It's the most important one. Thank goodness. Thank goodness. Good. We have pop dodge. Okay, now all of that's gone. Now I think we can't afford to hit this because the troll's not going to bother us anyway.
Nothing good comes from spending any time on the ground in this game. Great.
So what I've done here, it's not perfect, right? Like I would love to have this be even and have all these squares at the back covered. But I feel like what I have done here is if you're attacking this, yeah, which is, oh my God, he's made all the dice. At least I was going to say you've made him come to the narrow side where your frenzy is scary for him. So that was, I was aware that he could go for that. I didn't think he'd make all the dice first time like he did. But yeah, my thinking there was now you've put this in a position where it can get surfed, which it is. It is in a position where it can get surfed. Unfortunately, that is also a ball in a position where he could get the ball if he rolls good enough dice again. I mean, that was a pretty impressive set of dice to get there. 4 plus dodge, 4 plus dodge, 3 plus dodge, double 2 plus, without spending a reroll. But yeah, the intention there was, if you want to attack me here, you've got to come to this side where the surfing is, rather than coming to the open side. If you come to the open side, it's less scary for Jimmy than this. So Jimmy's going to try and pick this up and throw it. Which, why not? He's going to try and pick it up and throw it into this cage. So that'll be 1, 2, 3. You have to do the hard dodge. So 1, 2, 4 plus, 4 plus, 3 plus. A couple of 2s. Like, why not try, right? Like, Jimmy's completely right to do that. Like, why not try? And we can now sneak the pickup as well. But first thing I'm going to do is try to serve his blitzer. Okay, don't get it there. can't make this a 3 dice, can I? 2, 3, 4, 5. Still 2. Sod it. Third time lucky on the crowd. No, another one that was not. Oh my god.
Loose ball is a dangerous ball.
Oh well. At least we got a touchdown. We've served 3.
Touchdown. I'm so excited my heart nearly started beating again.
We've served 3 that drive. 3 orcs. Another game, another day. That orc team is looking substantially worse going into the second half. Of course, also another game, another day. I roll a snake on one of those key dodges. Like, Jimmy made me roll some dice I didn't want to roll, so fair play to Jimmy as well for doing the thing. He's got max movement 6. Jimmy is a good Blood Bowl player, but I don't believe he's going to make a movement 6 one turn with no rerolls, so I'm going to backline. I mean, like, for sure people have done it before, right? Like, can I set my skills to... is there an option now to turn off dodge? Like, to not auto-use dodge? This is one area in which you're allowed to backseat for me, just telling me how the UI works. With the new update, I thought there was now an option to no longer have to use dodge if I didn't want to. Under skills? But that's just visibility. Like, I want to not have to use it. Oh, automatic skills. That's the one I need. Okay, yeah. So dodge, not automatic. Thank you. Okay, I think all the rest of them. Like, no, I definitely want to choose on stand firm. I think the rest of them you're pretty much always going to want to use. Like, there's some niche cases I guess you wouldn't use tackle. Okay. Just in case a one turn starts happening, I want to be able to not use my dodge here. Thanks, guys. Thanks. I know that's that might seem like it runs counter to the no backseating, but that's not how to play the game's question. That's just how to set up my Blood Bowl 3. This doesn't look like it's going to be a one-turn attempt. Although you never know, like with quick snaps, there could always be things that change. Deep kick, brilliant coaching. Free reroll for me this time, which I will not get to keep because you only get them until the end of the drive. Okay, so first chance to see the... Okay, it didn't ask me though. Like, I switched it off and then it didn't ask me. Like, that should have been the first chance to use that skill, that optional. Am I going mad or did that just not work? Did Jimmy... I mean... No, it said he used his dodge. I mean, I would have wanted to use it, but still, like, the fact that I didn't get the option. I'm just going off what it says in the log, but the log says player uses dodge skill, which suggests he did select there. Suggests he selected the defender symbols. I mean, I wouldn't have used it, right? I just wanted to see if it worked. I mean, 50-50 or just I think I use it, right? Like, that's what the Apo is for. Now I'll lose a war dancer on turn 1 of the next drive, but yeah, I mean, I think that's what you're supposed to use it for, so. Okay, so 1-0 up at half time, and we have a full roster of 11 Ls, which, as Torquemada says, successful Dakar. That kind of wasn't a Dakar. Like, it started off with the intention of a Dakar, and then what happened was Jimmy gave me a free surf, and so I did that, and then Jimmy's troll helped me have another surf, and so I did that, and then suddenly we weren't Dakaring at all anymore. Thank you for the follow, Voro the Forgotten. So now we get interesting, don't we? Now we've got an actual an actual 1-0 up. See how Jimmy plays this. I mean, yeah, will he play for the win? Maybe play for the draw. My guess is he'll play for the draw, and it may be hard to stop him from getting the draw if that's what he plays for, but we'll see. You're over here talking about the finer points of Blood Bowl while Jim is over there talking about how he should have played a warm-up halfling game so he's actually present for the first 2 turns. Please, my dad was a forgotten. I'm just for it. Okay. Welcome anyway. And thanks, Monster. I wasn't sure if playing the Goblin game beforehand was going to help me because my brain was in a very different mode for the Goblin game. Like this is try hard Blood Bowl. Goblin game was like nonsense Blood Bowl. In a good way. Like I enjoy the nonsense Blood Bowl, but yeah. This is definitely the one where I'm like, okay, need to think, need to try and make good decisions. Also, I just need to register how unfair these playing conditions are because one of my neighbours is cooking something with garlic and it smells so good. And I haven't had any dinner tonight because I wasn't very hungry earlier. So now I just smell the garlic and I want whatever they're eating. It smells so good. Okay. Looks like they are going to fight the tree. Nice deep kick. Love that kick. Cheering fans. Looks like neither of us got it. Oh no, someone got it. Jimmy got it, so one of my players getting loner 2+. Who? Who got that? Oh, it's because I switched off loner. Hang on. This is where actually the... Oh no. Do not leave the match. Options. Game. I need to put loner back on. This is a niche case where I actually want to see loner. Although that's loner 4+. Anyway, let's just see if that brings it on. Yeah, it's this one here. Okay. Is it? No, wait, where is it? Who got loner? I'm so confused. I've just put it back on and I can't see anyone with it. Bad habits. One player earns loner. But who? Chat, if you can solve this riddle for me. It just didn't show at all. Okay, I think this is a bug. I think this is a bug that we need to let them know about. But I've gone over every player and I'm not seeing it even when I go over them. So now it's just is it just going to catch me out at some point that it's going to happen? The troll is having a horrendous game. I really dislike the trolls on orcs. I just think the orcs are such a great TV efficient team that the troll goes against what they do so well. But I guess it's just more guard for them. Voro, thank you so much for the tier 1 sub. Welcome to the Weirdos. So we have a mystery loner that may or may not catch us out at some point in this game. It's a little bit frustrating because I can imagine that having an impact, but for now, Jimmy's been very sensible. He's made a nice screen here. This is the difference between playing games in ladder sometimes and playing against a coach like Jimmy, right? Like with that deep kick, some coaches, like obviously there's loads of good coaches in ladder too, but there's some coaches would have just put all their orcs here forward on the line, and my tactic would have been, right, let's rush all our elves around the back of them. But Jimmy's created this double bank where I can't do that. Like I can't just go and put pressure on the ball like I'd like to. So thank you, Shamba.
Check
Well
your
caught.
rights, most catch a tree.
Thank you. Amazing. You're legends for letting me know. Thank you. So how are we going to attack this? I think we still want to get into this space here between, so I think it's either this or this sublets, but I think we want to push them towards the sideline where the tree is, so that's the plan. So this loner can just go be an assist. Take the frenzy hit, because why not? We get more goes at it.
Help those teams. I'll have to pick up both of them off the ground.
Oh no. Now this is a problem because they've moved the keys. There we go. So we're going to get into this gap here. Hopefully make that a bit more stressful.
What's that player
Look to be holding on the ground in agony, Joe. Here comes the other team.
God, I cannot tell you how good this food smells, whatever's being cooked. I think I want to take the tree here. I think I want to take it here and try and move the tree off the troll. It's a bit of a gamble because obviously if it backfires then the tree falls over and everything is much worse. But I think it's still the play. Lovely. Great. Because now what that's done is created like an actual barrier between these couple of players or these three players really, and that player and the rest of the team. So we're trying to separate Jimmy's team in two so that we can isolate the ball carrying section of the team from the rest of the team. Grumpy old Brian, thank you so much for the Prime sub. Welcome to the Weirdos.
Great company to be affiliated with. Any problems you may have are surely coincidental.
Collie.
Isn't that the company that you owe a great deal of bad gas?
Athens in 2 weeks. I know, it's 2 weeks tomorrow. I was saying that earlier. That's so crazy. I'm so excited about it. Okay, going for the hit on the catcher makes sense. Gets the pal. Doesn't get the removal, that's good.
He's coming to help his buddy. That's
Your chat is a lot nicer to you than Jim's. Most of the time they're alright. Most of the time I think they're alright, my chat. Sometimes, I don't know, sometimes they still say stupid things about ogres being better than trees, but most of the time they're alright. So he's got like a nice, oh there we go, that's great. He's got like a nice little solid core here, right? Like he's definitely stabilized his drive, like he's got the ball safe. But what he hasn't got right now is a lot of forward progress after the first two turns. So I'd imagine that's what Jimmy's thinking now is like, okay, got the ball safe, but got a long way to go. How aggressive do we get with this? Definitely taking that hit. Like I'd love to keep these big uns from moving, because then you make them leave that behind, and at some point I'll have to break and we'll get to attack the ball higher up. That's a shame. Hmm. Where's the blitz here? It's just this one. This is an annoying square.
I should probably say something meaningful to all our Cabal Vision viewers.
Love that. Love that a lot. He'll upload that, but still love it. Still love it.
Should they be stomping on the player's neck with those studded boots?
Okay, I'm not gonna go for the maximum like base cage aggression. I was thinking about it, but I think it's not the right play right now. So pop you into here. Oh my god, I've only got a minute 33 left on my time bank. I've been way too slow with some of these decisions. Wow, okay. I was completely unaware I was down that far on time bank. I need to be way more speedy for these last few turns. Okay. Good thing I caught that then. We've got a lot of game left. Because, yeah, there could be a one-turn attempt at the end of this, which I'll want that for. Whoops. Need to be more decisive. So again, just trying to keep these three players separate from the rest of these players, right? We've got one stunned, which gives Jimmy only 10 players. We've got one stuck here next to the tree, 9 players. So if we can keep another 3 over here, that only leaves him with, I can't count, but not many players. So, yeah. MisspelledTree does maths. Yeah, definitely need to keep an eye on that clock. That was scary moment, suddenly seeing how little I have on that clock. You'd think I would notice given how loud the sodding clock goes when you're low on your turn. But we're on turn 11 and Jim has still got the ball all the way back deep in his own half, so that's all good for us. You can see what he's trying to do here, like so he is trying to unite his team. I've just been talking about keeping his team split. He's trying to bring his team back together now. Troll does act, that's a shame. Fair dodge again, there's great. Okay. So we need to be... Oops. Oh, God, that's not going to help me. We need to just be a bit quicker with our decisions here. Quite like that. Angle. Push the troll away. Get an extra hit. Thank you very much. Casual armor break, why not? After I think. Bring this guy around. Keep that one marked. Stand that up. Gonna Stand you on there. I'd like the tree to come and be here. Very happy with that.
Gone into the opponent's tackle zone.
Very happy about that.
Another player on the ground. The coach will be spitting teeth about this.
Yeah, this is going alright. Okay, managed not to use any time bank that turn. That's good. That's very important. The clock's not real. It can't tell you what to do. Oh, wow. 1 dice over here. Well, if nothing else, that makes me feel I've definitely got Jimmy in positions he doesn't want to be in if he's throwing that 1 dice. But yeah, I thought he might come back this way when I looked at the end of the turn. Because you had these 2 players to stand up, which makes it a tempting direction. We're now on turn 12 and Mr. Thrower is still here, which means you're almost certainly looking at having to hand off at a minimum, maybe even throw to score.
Tasty.
I don't know, sometimes Jimmy likes doing things that are unsafe first just to give his chat an excuse to engage with him. Listen, engagement's very important. Speaking of which, if you're watching this on YouTube and you are gripped by how close this game is, what a great time to leave a comment. That's definitely my blitz. Do want to get some more players back here though, in case this all goes wrong. So let's just get you into the middle. Still want to take that hit. This does go to a rush on the second hit, which is a bit scary. Okay. That's how you avoid the rush, by just not getting the second hit. Take that one. Love to see it.
How are they going to catch on the ball if they're constantly riding around on the ground?
Good. And just one more in front on this side.
Let's see how this player is going to handle this.
Maybe we'll just stay there. Second thoughts. Second thoughts is stay there. Okay, good. Managed not to use time bank again. Good. Right, 4 turns for Jimmy to get forward here. He's done well, right? Like he's gone back and forward and he has created more space than he had now. Like he can pile forward here a bit. So I think definitely need to like not underestimate anything here, even when lots of things have been going our way. Jimmy's a good coach and he's going to find answers.
Have you tried that Croxier
Sports drink made by the Skaven.
But we have got that one already active. That's good. Oh, okay.
It's happening.
So I guess we're going to take the troll hit to try and claim the middle here. Does not knock our hatcher down. Good job, Bloodborne. Okay. That is like barely in scoring range now, right? Like, no, 3 turns is still 3 turns, right? Like, you can go quite a long way in 3 turns. I shouldn't underestimate that. So yeah, getting the assistant to help the troll take the hit on the tree.
They've got got
That's
so
a 1
many
dice.
squibs coming through on 12.
Okay. Do the dodge. Oh, fails the last rush. Puts the reroll in. 2 dice in the tree. Doesn't knock it over. Very, very good for us that that doesn't fall over. Okay. I think this is the point where you might just stand up and say to that big un, that ain't moving.
A snotling baked in a pie stands more chance than this kid.
Let's move the blitz then. It's a boring blitz, but you know what? It's fine.
Pie shop.
Not everything has to be exciting. That's a bit annoying. But it's fine.
That'll help the player move without risk.
So we do need to just push something onto the edge there if we want to get the 2 dice with the tree, which we will. We'll definitely want that. Good.
Now everybody can move freely.
Very good. I think we follow up, right? Get off the troll, make it harder to knock down. It's occupying 3 players. Now it's much harder for you to come out to this side, so I'll bring this maybe even all the way around. You're either going to want to go through this player or through... No, I think we go behind. I think we just go behind this because this is actually like easier way to get further forward. So I think we still sit behind that. Yeah, done. Cool, managed to keep the time back again. Just a little bit tighter that time. A little bit tighter that time, So again, we've got one of Jimmy's players in a really not great spot for Jimmy. Over here, we've got this one that, unless he wants to do a 4+ dodge, that's not moving. So it's a couple of players not moving forward. That's great that we didn't fall down here. Does mean he's got some gap here. That was what I was trying to work out, like whether it was better for my... Oh no, that's not even a gap. Oh yeah, that's really good then. That's really good. So now we're into like the forcing orc dodges territory. I'm amazed that Jimmy has kept relying on the troll because the troll's been pretty bad. The troll's not had a good game, right? Like my tree has been much better than the troll. So in terms of just like the dice, like he has not been lucky on the troll. But yeah, I think I would have not wanted to keep relying on it. Maybe there wasn't a better option there, but I don't know. Like I feel like maybe even just like the 1 dice with the player you can at least reroll on. So now we have a relatively small number of players that can get forward. But some. Mr. Throw gets out there and starts running. Isn't scrounge. Oh, big one on the rush. Snakes it. Oh my god. Okay, now we're really, really in business. Okay. Let's make sure we do this all sensibly. So we've got the option of bringing that in to be an assist. So we can make it a 2 dice pretty comfortably. But let's just make sure we've got some sort of screen in front for if we fail some dice. This doesn't cancel anything because of the guard, it's just really about like, oh, I can't get there anyway. Right. See if the tree wants to stand up. Burn the one. Professional streaming moves. Oh my god, was that a snake? No, we haven't tried the stand-up yet. That was a snake. Oh no, there we go. The stand-up did work. Okay, it was not a snake. Burned one anyway. Okay. So now that would go 2 into 1. That has a rush though, so I think we do the 2 into 1. Get the powers. That works our friend, isn't it? Armor break on the throw is great. Does not go our way on the scatter out, but that's okay, right? We might lose that ward answer, but at this point in the game, I think that's no longer the thing we're worried about. So, yeah, I'm willing to put the reroll in on that, aren't I? So let's do it. All right, let's see if we can get the ball. Okay, so that's obviously great. I really don't want this to scatter out now, so I'm going to take a rush, because if they pound me and it scatters out, that's the one situation where they might get some... Is that the right way to think, or is this better? Just try and close it. No, I think we do this, make them work for it. Make them work for it. And... oh my god, my clock. My clock! That's just rude. And that is even ruder. But we've used most of our clock. I think it was all worth it. My what? My clock? Did I say something? Did I misspeak? The clock isn't real, it can't hurt you. I mean, it doesn't look like it's going to now, although we've now got the clock bug, so... oh, makes the hard dodge, gets the 1 dice, rolls a skull, rolls a defender stumbles. And that should be the win tied up. Should be. Should be. Let's not count the chickens just yet. I've seen Jimmy pull off an absolutely ridiculous win from a position that didn't seem like a winning position against Dimmy. However, right now he does not have a scoring threat on turn 15, so it's definitely looking difficult. Okay, yeah, went for the scoring threat, didn't get it. So now we just see if we can punch this into the end zone, I guess. Right, there's no scoring threat here, right? So we don't have to be cautious, right? It's turn 15. If this goes wrong, it doesn't actually matter because Jimmy can't score anyway. So let's go for the score. Tree, a man, confess, yeah. Not so much. Pretty happy with that, to be honest. Like, playing against Jimmy, like, good coach, good team, like a strong roster. Like, Jimmy used this exact roster, I think, when he won. I think he used this exact roster when he won Super League, which got him the ticket to the World Cup. So, yeah, this is a pretty nice win. Like, I think he definitely, like, I mean, he came in, didn't he, saying about the brainworms? I think definitely this was not Jimmy's sharpest performance. The start letting himself get served was not something I would normally expect, but take the wins where you can get them. Tree is top of the league. Let's go. Oh, Jimmy's hitting turn. Sorry, time griefing, accidental time griefing. Accidental time griefing by me against Jimmy there. Didn't realise he already hit turn. Well, chat. That's not how the last Super League went, is it? Last Super League, we didn't get a win until the very last round. So this Super League, we've started with a win in the first round against Jimmy Fantastic, who is pretty stinking good at Blood Bowl, and also the person running the competition. So yeah, oh my god, chat. Let's go! Number 1 in the league. Top spot. This is, as I said, it's not actually all one division. The Super League is split into 2 divisions, but they just have all the standings together. I wonder if I can find out who's in my division, because truthfully, off the top of my head, I do not know. In my division are Jimmy Fantastic, Andy Davo, Hiru, Sol, and Dimmy G. So a really fun division, and definitely like nice to start it off with a win, like I said, after how the last one went. So pretty cool. The other division is everyone else on that screen, but I can find it for you as a list. The other division is Seabros, Kfoged, Bright, Olivier Dulac, Strider, and Artemis. So yeah, tough league as always. Yeah, looks like Kfo started with a loss to Seabros, didn't he? Skaven against Seabros Undead. Can probably find the results somewhere in here. Oh my god. It's a very aggressive naming scheme. So yeah, Seabros won 2-0 against Kfo's Rats. There you go. So yeah, that was round 1 of Super League, whatever season of Super League this is.
Are not spirit fingers.
Thanks, Day.
These are
Our
spirit,
spirit
fingers.
fingers. If you're watching it on YouTube, I'd love it if you could hit that like and subscribe. If you're not watching on YouTube, I've got some good news for you. We're going to go and do some more goblins.